Fellow content creators, you know the importance of audio in any of your videos, and you also know how expensive any good audio equipment usually costs in the past. But today, I want to introduce you to Xvive LV1 and LV2, professional quality lavalier mics for consumer prices. Let's go! Hi, it's Cheng here from RED35. For all those who intend to make video content, especially with human voices, something like review videos, thing you see in this channel, a vlog, and interviews, then you know you will need a proper mic to make sure that the quality of your videos is professional and as of quality. Don't believe me? Well, let me switch off the wireless mic that I'm using right now and just use the built-in mic from the camera, and you will hear the difference. So this is using the built-in mic from the camera, and would you rather listening to this or this? This is why you see more serious content creators almost guarantee to use either a wireless mic like the one I just reviewed, the Xvive new U6, or the entry-level professional U5 units with a lavalier mic. And this video is of course made for the Xvive LV1 and LV2 lavalier mics, and not why you use this or the U6 or other systems, and that will be a separate video. The truth is, most beginner content creators always forgot the importance of good audio. Even with a poor location, like my kitchen for instance, recording with a proper mic makes a night and day difference and instantly boosts the video production value. Like I said, Xvive is an audio-focused company based in China, and they make stuff that benefits creators, filmmakers, and videographers who need professional sound recordings. So they have made two different versions of the lavalier mics, the LV1 and the LV2, specifically aiming for presenters and stage performers. First, LV2 is a super small, discreet mic mainly for use with tape setup or undergarment, such as collar or even wigs for theatre stage performances. So it is almost invisible to the audience. Many professional interviews and even TV presenting sometimes use this kind of setup. While the LV1 isn't exactly big by any means, similar to what you normally see on outdoor TV reporting and some interviews, as well as online content such as YouTube. And this is often used in a less controlled environment when there are a lot of interferences, because LV1 has a super low distortion and high sensitivity capsule that can handle sound pressure levels at up to 120 dB, which is super crazy. Perfect in noisy environments when the speaker needs to raise his or her voice to compensate.
Welcome back to the third semi-final of Britain's Got Talent. Look, you're going to do this every week, I've told you.
And the recording remains distortion-free. And both LV1 and 2 has a TRS 3.5mm connector with a screw lock system for use with Xvive's professional U5 units or other compatible units. Both LV1 and LV2 are very well built units compared to my battered Rode SmartLav Plus that I've been using for the last 4 years. LV1 and 2 also have slightly better design in areas that are subject to frequent bending. So it should provide an overall better reliability, which also translates to longer service life in high usage environment. So here's the sound test for the LV1 professional lavalier mic unit that's currently attached to the Xvive U5 wireless mic system. There you go. How's this sound? Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Poppy, poppy, pop. Ba, ba, ba. Pla, pla, pla. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. This is the sound testing for LV2 professional lavalier mic by Xvive. Right, this is a tiny little mic there. Let's see how it sounds like. Currently attached to the Xvive U5 wireless mic system. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Poppy, poppy, pop. Test, test, test. Pop, pop, pop. Pa, pa, pa. Blah, blah, blah. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Sound quality test. 120 dB. Hallelujah. Oh. People might think I'm crazy, but anyway, this shows that these things can really take a punch, and no distortion. Really awesome, and I haven't experienced similar things like this for this price point, and seriously, this is the first time. And all the other mic I've tested so far will distort. We should be starting to scream at it. This is quite an achievement. In line with other Xvive audio equipment I've tested and reviewed in the past, the sound signature is warm and forward, perfect for voices. The frequency response for both LV1 and 2 are very wide, and that makes every recording very natural and true to life. In layman terms, well, both mics can record in very high standard, and the recordings are very easy to everyday listeners. I've used a few lavalier mics in my career, and I would say that both Xvive LV1 and 2 are viable alternatives to other known brands. They may not have the highest spec that you'll find in broadcasting brands or high-end units, but certainly more than a match to the more premium consumer and semi-pro units on the market, and critically, with more pocket-friendly prices. This means that if you're on the market looking for high-quality mics for both filmmaking or content creation, either are great options, particularly if you have some knowledge in audio editing. And of course, depends on your usage, then choose either the LV1 or the LV2. So, what do I think of these cute little mics? Should you avoid it, consider it, shortlist it, or just go ahead and buy it? Well, I think you should just go ahead and buy it if you need a good quality lavalier mic for your video production. LV1 if you just want to use it for presenting or interviews, or LV2 if you want a super discreet setup for your subject, for stage performances, weddings, or other scenarios where you want to hide the mic. And there you go. If you treasure audio as much as I do in video productions, then let me know your thoughts on these cute little guys, or what sort of system you're using right now. And let's have a chat in the comment section below. And you know what to do now. Thumb if you like this video, and sub if you want to stay in touch with all things photography, filmmaking, and of course, Michael 4/3. Peace. Another useful scenario would be a remote presenting, such as me, let's say, talking very far away from the camera, and I want to include as much environment as possible. And in this case, boom mic simply is not feasible. And you can use a Rode Wireless Go and with the fluffy thing attached, just clip it on your t-shirt, but that is not professional at all. And when do you see David Attenborough in the high production, expensive production like BBC wildlife programs such as the Planet Earth, for instance, seeing this sort of fluffy thing on his chest? Nope, you don't see that, right? And that's all down to the how they set up the actual audio system and use lavalier mics in this sort of way with a wireless transmitters, and then it can record the sound remotely and discreetly. And this is the way to do it. If you want to do something similar, this is the way to go. And actually we do this a lot in this channel, just to try to make it just a little bit more professional in a way. And I know a lot of YouTube content creators these days, they just simply just clip a wireless scope with a fluffy thing on top of it. That's convenience, and I get that, and I do use that sort of setup as well. But sometimes, you know, if you want a slightly better looking materials when you hide the mic a little bit more, and yeah, that's the way to go. Right. Of course, this video is sponsored by Xvive, but I really want to highlight that. I mean, I have tested the units, especially the LV1, extensively for the last few videos, and I can say that it's actually much better quality than the Rode Smart Lav Plus that I bought years ago. I have to really concur the sound pressure issues, because a lot of the times when you have to shout louder, for instance, when there's, like, let's say, a big truck going past you or something like that, or if you're in a concert area when there's lots of like really heavy thumping bass, it will distort the audio. But this guy can really handle that sort of pressure, which means that your voice remains distortion free, which is a significant difference between a pro environment and a consumer environment. So like, this is really cool. This is why I think this is very highly recommended units that, you know, any serious guys should be looking into if they're really into audio in videos and filmmaking. There you go. Anyway, and there are more videos to come. Remember to stay tuned, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Peace.